There's a man, Mount Laurel guy. He's been arrested following a viral rant. Now, you will see in this video, he's Mr. Tough Guy. I mean, he walks up to a black family's apartment or condo. He's all up in their face. I mean, he's just really, really a tough guy. Let him tell it. He has a racist rant. He calls his neighbors the N-word multiple times. This is in a quiet South Jersey neighborhood. And it shows this really, really not quiet white guy who decides to just act like a thug against his neighbors. You will notice that the police who responded, the police officer, was aware of who this guy was very friendly to him, even though the white male was very hostile. Here's part of that video.
To the front in Cherry Hill, the daughter got smashed.
Exactly.
Is that what you want? No. And you want to know where I was when all this happened?
I don't care.
At work, monkey.
I don't care where you were.
At morgue. Just like I told the Mount Laurel police, get these monkey out of here, and you can't do it. That's me talking. 3602 Gramercy Way, that's where I live. Come see me.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, White, why are you back over here?
Well, somebody called me.
Someone called you, it's private property. You have no jurisdiction here whatsoever.
I do
None.
when somebody calls me.
Hold on.
Can I get back up?
You know what?
Bro.
Hold on.
Back
Go ahead.
up.
No.
Back
I'm gonna
up,
let you
right?
do your thing. Go talk to these. Go ahead.
Stop.
You go talk to let them know what I'm all about and what their rights they have.
All right. You want to go back to your house? I'll come back to you.
No, I'll stay right here. It's common property.
Okay.
Have a nice night. I'm gonna let you guys get an education right now.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll do my job. All right?
No problem. I'm not going away until your husband stops finding me and threatening me while I'm at fucking work.
Cagney, cut it out, man.
Oh, wait.
Talk to them.
Arrest me.
I'm not
you
arresting right
kidding?
now. Relax.
You
Just cut it out, dude.
That's what you can see, Brandon. 3602 Gramercy Way. Come see me, you.
Please come to see you.
I mean, isn't he interfering with the investigation? Is this not maybe obstruction of justice, interfering with the law enforcement officer? Do they not need to put him in handcuffs until they figure out what's going on? Doesn't he need to be detained momentarily? Does he not need to be separated from the incident since he is the obvious aggressor? None of that happened to him. What did he get? He had, hey, have a good day. I'm gonna go do my job over here. That's what the cop told him. The cop was respectful. The cop was courteous. And this cop decided to not engage this individual, racist, aggressive individual who just committed a battery, just committed assault, but not even engage him as a criminal whatsoever. That's what just happened here. Now, he gave out his address. You heard the guy give out his address. I didn't give out his address. He gave out his own address. Well, some people decided to follow up. Here it is.
No, I don't know. He doesn't have kids. I think he has a girlfriend. He's just a
Either way, listen.
I'll do it myself.
He can get passed over the crowd.
He gave out his address. He told people where to meet him at. And they decided to take him up on the offer. So they went to his address. About 2 days after being outside of the house, the man identified as Edward Cagney Matthews. Edward Cagney Matthews was finally arrested on Monday. Here's some of that. It took all of that to get one white male arrested for physically assaulting a black family, for trespassing on a black family's property, and for generally being antithetical to a proper investigation of a police officer who responded to the scene. It took all of that to get an arrest. Now, this guy claims that he simply, and I quote, lost his temper that day. However, we have some video footage from a few years ago of a prior incident, and here's some of that video footage.
That's why nothing's happening. I sell drugs. That's what I do. That's what I've always done around here. I stopped, went to prison 3 times. Now I have all the friends with the cops. If you guys want to keep doing it this route, we're going to go the legal route. You're not going to get any help from the cops because they're my people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why you're not getting anything. And I know that you've said that. The cops came down and told me, they said, what do you want us to do? So you can figure that out. We're not trying to cause you a problem. You're not trying to cause us a problem, right?
I've never been trying to cause you a problem.
Right. So there's no reason for the cops to come back around. We should be perfectly cordial, be able to have these conversations and be able to live around here with no problem.
Yeah, but now what you're talking about, oh, the cops aren't going to help you, or calling my brother. I don't bother you. I don't do anything.
Calling your brother.
Yeah, you did do that.
No, I said, now I'm going to call the cops like That's what I said. I didn't call your brother I said, now here I go looking like a calling the cops. This is exactly what I said.
Well, we all heard it.
We all heard you?
We all heard it, yeah. Everybody outside. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't even in the argument.
Right, and you weren't even there either.
Yeah,
and
I came outside up top.
Keep doing what you're doing, and then we'll turn it around another way. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so let me get this right. He's a former drug dealer, but now the cops work for him, according to his narrative. He obviously is very comfortable utilizing the N-word, and he was trying to make sure that obviously this female did not call the police, I assume, on him again. This is just wow. Adrienne, why do you think it took so long for the police to actually do something after the video evidence was already out there?
Oh, well, as to the video you had just played, I don't know if that's alleged to be that man or if that is that man. But what I can tell you is that I have read accounts from the neighbors in that area saying this man harasses them regularly, uses racial epithets, has kicked in doors. And so he's pretty much operating as though there are no limits or restrictions on him whatsoever. Kind of this thought that he is working in conjunction with the police. And that kind of seems to be maybe possibly the case. If not his whiteness, it holds a whole lot of power there, because as we saw in the first clip, police were not going to in any way regulate him. White men get to have bad days where they're threatening other people and posing a threat, but anyone else in this world, my God, they get stopped the moment they shed a tear or in any way even look as though they're angry. And this becomes the issue as we saw on January 6th, when the dangerousness of white people is not seen as being just that dangerous. We have problems like this. We don't know what that man would have done to that family if the police still didn't show up. Instead, they had to have at least 100+ people go down there and march and chant for hours in order for the police to actually take action. That's not okay. It's a threat and danger to us all.
It is so extreme, but I'm almost believing the guy because of how the cop responded to him when the initial call was made, because of his previous recorded conversation where he said, listen, the cops know me, the cops work for me. He seemed as if he was a cop when that police officer responded to that scene. And Adrienne, you know that police officer responded back to him as if he was a fellow police officer. What am I missing here? There's something else going on here.
It's a bootleg, lower melanin count version of Training Day, because this is something, it's a problem, when you do have that incestuous corruption kind of thing, it does make you start to side eye of, is this person actually in bed with law enforcement? And like you had pointed out, we didn't see law enforcement do all that much unless it was to give him a police escort away from his home. And hopefully there will actually be really significant charges against this man, and maybe even a restraining order to keep them out of that neighborhood, because he is a threat to others.
Yeah, and we're going to see also how the private company responds. There are rules for your behavior in communities like that, and we will see how this committee responds, because as you said, I've read the same updates. Members of this community, they have been complaining about this one man for years. And now, because he continued to play Russian roulette with his reputation, he has finally gone viral. Now that he's viral, all of this background starts to come out. But this background was well noted and well established before this one incident. So by the time it came to us, you had a whole history of this individual terrorizing, threatening, and trying to control members of that community. Yeah, quite insane.